years. So now we're in the milk room, or in the milk house. This is where we milk with automatic takeoffs that hang here in front of us. We're,
Cool.
like I say, it's a tie stall barn. Our milk goes in here, a 2,000-gallon tank. Is kind of where our finished product winds up in this tank when it comes in. Just this past year, we changed and we put a stainless steel receiver jar in, which we needed a bigger one for the volume of milk we make. And I used to like the old one because it was glass and I could watch the milk come in. It was neat to see the finished product come into the thing. We can walk out into the barn.
Yeah.
We kind of put all our jerseys together. They've always been that way. I said that we put the high fat cows here in the front of the barn. That way the other milk helps push that higher fat milk to the milk tank. And I don't know if it makes sense or not, but that's how we do it, and but we like them all together, and it's nicer that way. But yeah, 2 long rows. When we started in 1995, we milked 60 cows. In 2001, my wife had worked away from home. She had worked for Meridian Bank at that time when we first got married. Then when Meridian was bought out, she wound up at MedEd and had a job at MedEd. So in 2001, when our boys were in preschool and kindergarten, she kind of would have liked to be home here with them and run them to their activities. And so we brought her home, and I kind of thought, how are we gonna do this and on this amount of income and lose her salary? So we added 25 cows to the barn.
Gotcha.
We added a piece on the barn, and we've been at 86 cows. And with us being a small dairy, we can't ship more milk than basically what we're shipping. They have a quota on us of how much milk we're allowed to ship, but it's what makes it work for our small little dairy.
Yeah.
Like I say, we're all registered cattle. The Jerseys, Holsteins are all registered. We classify twice a year. We're getting ready to classify here shortly. Here in November, I think we score Holsteins and Jerseys. We do that just because we have a passion for that. And we like nice cows. We breed for type. We feed for milk. I like when I walk through the barn, I like pretty cows. I like good udders, and that's what we breed for is good uddered cattle.
Yeah, they look very beautiful and clean and very
Yeah.
happy and content. Now, I know just a couple seconds ago when we were back in the milk house, you showed us the physical milking units, but obviously the cows are out here. So how does that
Sure.
work? Can you explain that process of how you physically milk them?
We bring that milker, if you want, I can show you, but we bring that milker out here. We carry it to the other end of the barn. We start at the far end of the barn and work towards the front of the barn, put 4 units on each side, and they're automatic takeoffs. So when so much milk don't go past the sensor, it automatically knows to come off. The same kind of style as what a milking parlor and all them things would have. But these you got to physically move.
Gotcha.
It's not been bad. We talked about a track. We talked about different things. We are exploring right now. This may look different from this in a year or two from now. We were just up in Canada, my wife and myself, and looked at a tie stall barn robot. They make tie stall barn robots that are in use in Canada, in Japan.
Yeah.
They do not have all the clearances yet for United States, but they're working on it, and they don't know if it's feasible or not to put that in.
Right.
We'd have to make some adjustments here in the barn, but we possibly, if this thing goes through, we may be one of the first ones in the country, if not the first one in the country, to put in a tie stall barn robot and explore that there. And that's
cool.
simply because you cannot get the help to milk. I'm glad to see in this virtual tour today, or in this tour today, all the FFA kids, and we've often had one or two school kids work for us throughout while they're in school, and after they graduate, I usually lose them because they can't afford to be here. They can earn more money elsewhere, and I totally understand that, and I don't have enough work for them full time.
Sure. No, business decisions that you have to think about as a farmer for sure. But
Right.
that tie stall robot sounds like a really cool opportunity, and that just shows one of the neat things that as a farmer and as a business owner, you get to explore those options, you get to make those decisions, and you're constantly looking for the next thing to keep managing your herd the best you can.
Yes.
A part that something that you had mentioned a couple of times, and maybe for some folks that are listening, maybe they don't quite know what this term means. You just mentioned that your cows are registered. Can you just explain briefly like the benefit of registering cows and why you guys have chosen to have a registered herd?
The benefits of registered cattle are there's numerous benefits to registered cattle. You have a pedigree of them. The full bloodline of the cow, and you can trace cows back for generations. And
That's
if
cool.
you do the research, you can go way back. But it's a way of record keeping. It adds value to the cows. We sell numerous bulls each year, just as to other farmers. We've sold a lot of bulls to AI in the past. In the last 15 years since genomics had came out, we kind of shied away from the. Not that genomics is not a good thing. I think it's a very good thing, but if you don't milk 2,000 to 3,000 cows, it's hard to compete in this
Sure.
bull market because it moves so fast with making embryos, and it just moves that fast. So we've kind of shied away from that there, but there is a market. There's still people that run bulls with their heifers. Some people run bulls with their cows, and people like bulls that come from good cows, good cow families. We've had lots of good cow families that we've worked with. I will not raise a bull out of a cow that I wouldn't want to use myself as a sire of daughters, and so we probably market 10, 12 bulls a year, and it's just a little way to bring extra money into the operation along with feeding them. It's not a real problem for us to feed them along with the others we have the feed, and the biggest problem is having room to keep them bulls when they get a little bigger. That
I would
it's
imagine
safe.
they get pretty big.
Yeah, that it's safe. And so we have across the street at a property that I own. We kind of have it set up to raise bulls there, and that we can group them a little bit and raise them bulls. Right, like I say, right now the market is great, and you can't keep enough bulls. There's so much demand for them. Something we have not done yet is raise Jersey bulls. We've had numerous people ask us about Jersey bulls. Temperament on Jersey bulls is a different animal. Their temperament is a little bit more aggressive, and I just didn't trust raising Jersey bulls yet. So maybe one day we will, but at this point we didn't.
Something to explore.
But the biggest, sure, in things that my favorite part about the farm is the farm. I love it. I love what I'm doing. I love getting up every day. I should say most days. I love getting up and coming out and doing this. And I'm proud of what we've accomplished over the years. And it's been a really good run for us. I'm to the point where I'm ready to start turning it over to my son or my sons, whichever that may be yet. We're just in the process right now of looking into transitioning through the help of the Center of Dairy of Excellence. We're going to go through some transitioning and to bring my son into the operation, or sons.
Right.
I'm not sure how it's going to be. The most challenging part is seeing that there's enough money here to pay everyone. That's the most challenging part. The industry has been really good this past year, but there were a lot of years that you kind of scratch your head wondering where the money's coming from.
Right.
So it's been, for the most part, we've had a good run.
Awesome.
Being able to pay bills on time has made us a lot of money. Just being able to get them discounts when you can get them discounts, and order your seeds on time, and order your spray materials and different things on time, and being able to, we've been fortunate enough that we could prepay some stuff and get some savings that way, and in tax savings. That's the most challenging part.
Yeah, but I mean, it sounds like you're making the right decisions, and it sounds like a lot of decisions that you're needing to make as a farmer. You wear a lot of hats as a dairy farmer, and as a business owner, and as a dad, and everything else. So, but it's working for you guys.
Yes, it
really
is. Like I say, it's continuing education. It's I enjoy going to different meetings, hearing different speakers talk at different, whether it's a semen meeting on bulls, whether it's a crops meeting, whether it's things like that. You never get any dumber by going and listening to people and getting more education. Like I say, I feel like you need to give back. That's why I've still helped with the dairy judging in Berks County, because that is what has really instilled in me my love for cows. Dr. Carl Brown, hats off to him, has given me a wealth of knowledge in dairy cattle, and has really inspired me to want to do better and have the best cows that we can possibly have. We're sending a Jersey cow here in another week or two down to Louisville to the national show.
Awesome.
So I've been on the school board for 8 years. When I'm done at the end of the day, I'm seldom done. I usually have a meeting to go to, whether it's a school board meeting, whether it's a fair board meeting, whether it's I'm president of the Berks County Holstein Club, whether it's a Holstein Club or a dairy judging meeting. It's something that I don't know. I guess I live to be involved in things like that there, and it makes you don't get no dumber by getting out and talking to people and being more involved with people.
Yeah, no, we love that. And we love how not only committed you are to your farm and your family, but also very clearly to your community and the next generation of the dairy industry. So thank you so much, Farmer Jim. This was really great. It was great getting to see your cows. They're beautiful. They're very clearly happy and content just hanging out with you. Thanks for showing us, that milking process a little bit. That was a very large milking tank, so it must hold an awful lot of milk. Just for 86 cows, it must. You guys are definitely. Gallon. Yeah. Oh my goodness, 2,000 gallons. Yeah. So you guys are just doing a wonderful job, and thank you so much for sharing your passion with us and talking a little bit about what it's like to be a dairy farmer. So thank you.
Sure. Thank you for having me.